Hello everyone, it's Deb Floros for Jesse James Beads. These brand new boho bead pairs are unbelievable. Oh my gosh, I am crazy about these floral ones. The colors are so dreamy and bohemian and fantastic. And when I see them all together like this, I just need to use them together. So you get two in your purchase. So they are pairs and they are fantastic. So I'm going to use one of each of these colors in a choker design. One of my favorite things is to make a choker. So I'm grabbing some 11O seed beads. These are an AB crystal, and I'm going to take some neutral toned beads from a bunch of different strands and mixes because I want the beads to kind of complement and not overshadow those beautiful boho beads. So I'm grabbing some neutrals from all of these strands and mixes, and then I'm grabbing some necklace memory wire. And I'm doing about 2 rounds, just shy of that. And I'm going to use my Bead-A-Lon finishing pliers to create 3 loops, roughly, at one end of my memory wire. And this is going to allow us to string on all of our beads and start designing. So I'm pulling out all of the neutral tones and I'm picking out beads that are going to complement those boho beads. So some beigey tones, some clear beads, some that have a little bit of yellowish, orangish tones, because those boho beads are so, boho colored. I'm pulling out super cool beads that will match perfectly with them, but again, not overshadow them or take away from their beauty. So I'm setting out all of the potentials and my seed beads, and I'm actually going to start with about 3 seed beads at the very end, and those will go all the way down to that little wrap at the end. And then I found the tiniest of rhinestone rondelles in one of the mixes. So I'm just going to add that little pop of rhinestone at the very ends of my necklace. So that will be at the back of the necklace. And then I'm just going to do a series of 3 seed beads and a bead, 3 seed beads and a bead. And I'm starting with smaller beads. So the smaller beads will be towards the back of the necklace, and then I'm kind of graduating them up. So those boho beads are pretty big, so this will create a really bold choker. And it may not be for everybody, but you can also do this with beading wire. So you could create this exact same design with beading wire and you would have the same dramatic effect. It would be a little bit different. It would hang different, and that might be what you're looking for. I would also suggest that if you do that you add additional beads because the necklace would be fairly short. So around the boho beads, I'm adding larger beads and I'm kind of corresponding the colors. So with those whiter shaded boho beads, I'm using some of the clear crystals. And then again, I'm separating about 2 or 3 seed beads in between the next section with the boho bead. And I want these boho beads to be the focal of this choker or necklace. And I'm then grabbing some beads, trying some different things. I actually tried a few different bead selections to go with that orangey pink one, which is probably my favorite. And I found that there was a really cool faceted crystal that had some great color in it, but super neutral that would not overshadow the bead. So maybe not that one. I'm picking out, I'm actually adjusting to some seed beads. So the seed beads in between the crystal beads is what you want. They really aren't going to do much for you when you start adding the boho beads. But I'm putting on the beads and yeah, that looks really good. I like the look of that. Then the seed beads, and then the next section with the boho bead. I did use some clear crystal beads around that kind of mauvey rose toned boho bead, and then for the last one, kind of some golden colored beads to go around the yellow one. Then I just repeated the pattern on the other side, and I added a large jump ring to one end, and then I added a lobster claw to the other with a jump ring, and that created a closure so that this piece that's a little heavier in the front isn't going to slide off your neck. So you can add more beads if you'd like at the end to make it a little bit bigger. And again, you can do this with beading wire. I love how this came out. I'm just going to add one last touch at the back. I'm going to add a quatrefoil bead, a beautiful faceted one. I'm going to wire wrap it directly onto the end of the necklace. So one of the loops at the end of the necklace where we attached that solo jump ring, I'm going to put that beautiful little quatrefoil. So it's going to hang down from the back. I always like a little extra touch like that in case you wear your hair up and people can see the back. So it just adds a nice little sparkly touch. You can find everything to make this necklace at jessiejamesbeads.com. I hope you'll give this fun bohemian style a try. It's bold, it's fun, but I think you'll enjoy it. And as always, thank you so much for watching.